Good morning. Today we will discuss regarding mechanics of chip formation. Now, metal cutting or machining is the process of producing workpiece by removing unwanted material from a block of metal in the form of chips. This process is most important because almost all products get their final shape and size directly or indirectly by machining. But its major drawback is that in this process there is a lot of material lost in the form of chips. In spite of this drawback, the machining process has the different features. So first is they improve the dimensional accuracy and tolerances of the components produced by other processes. Second, internal and external surface features which are difficult or not possible by other processes can be produced by machining processes. Third is specified surface characteristics or texture can be achieved on a part or a component. And fourth, it may be economical to produce a component by machining process. So these are some features of machining processes. Now, regarding the mechanics of chip formation, so this is a cross-sectional view of the metal cutting. So in that different elements that are shown, in that alpha it is a rectangle, then phi it is a shear angle, then the tool, then the chip is shown, the chip it is form that is shown that flows in a upward direction, then the shear plane that is shown, then the workpiece, then the flank of the tool, then the relief or clearance angle it is shown. So these are the different elements that are shown. Then here the T1 that is a uncut chip thickness, and at the top you can see on a chip the T2 it is shown, it is a cut chip thickness. A wedge shaped tool is made to move relative to the workpiece. As the tool makes contact with the workpiece, it exerts pressure on it, resulting in compression of the metal near the tool tip. So there is a compression near the tool tip. So this induces shear type deformation within the metal, and it starts moving upward along the face of the tool. So that is a formation of chip, and that will move in a upward direction along the face of the tool. So as the tool advances, this process of shearing goes on increasing and material is removed. So that is a formation of the chip. Now in this diagram, so additional features or the elements that are shown, that is a primary shear zone and the secondary shear zone that is shown in this diagram. Now we will see how that shear zones that are formed. So the cutting tool removes the metal from the workpiece in the form of chips. As the tool advances into the workpiece, the metal in front of the tool is compressed. So there is a compression in front of the tool, and when compression limit of the metal has been exceeded, it is separated from the workpiece and flows plastically in the form of chips. The plastic flow of the metal takes place in a localized region called a shear plane. So you can see the shear plane. So dotted line shown in a green zone. So that is a shear plane. Which extends from the cutting edge obliquely up to the uncut surface in front of the tool. Or in other words, the chip is formed by shear deformation, that is called a primary shear, along a plane that is called a shear plane. which is oriented at an angle phi with the surface of the work. So that phi, you can see, that is a shear angle that is shown in a diagram. So phi, it is a shear angle, and the dotted line from the point of the tool to the uncut surface, so that indicated by dotted line, that is called a shear plane. So that is shown in a diagram. So another shearing action occurs in the chip after it has been formed. So this additional shear is referred to as secondary shear to distinguish it from the primary shear. So secondary shear results from friction between the chip and the tool as the chip slides along the rake face of the tool. So you can see in a diagram there is a primary shear zone, so that is represented by green color, and the secondary shear zone, that is due to the friction between the chip and the tool as the chip moves along the top face of the tool, that is represented by the yellow color. You can see that is the secondary shear zone. So there are two shear zones, primary shear zone and secondary shear zone. So during cutting, the cutting edge of the tool is positioned a certain distance below the original work surface. So this corresponds to the thickness of the chip before the chip formation. So that is equal to T0. So it is also called a uncut chip thickness. As the chip is formed along the shear plane, its thickness increases to Tc. So Tc, it is a cut chip thickness. So you can see in a diagram. So in this diagram, it is indicated by T1 and T2. So T1, it is a uncut chip thickness. You can see at the left hand side that is there is a T1, and at the top you can see that is a chip thickness, that is T2, that is a cut chip thickness. So here it is indicated by T0 and Tc. T0 means it is a uncut chip thickness and Tc means it is a cut chip thickness. So it is shown in this diagram. So T0, it is a uncut chip thickness and Tc, it is a cut chip thickness. So T0, it is always less than the Tc. The thickness of the chip after cutting, it is always more than the thickness of the chip before cutting. The ratio of T0 to Tc, it is called as chip thickness ratio, and it is represented by R. So R is chip thickness ratio is equal to T0 by Tc. So since the chip thickness after cutting is always greater than the corresponding thickness before cutting, the chip ratio will always less than 1. Chip thickness ratio, it is always less than 1. Now we will see the types of chips. So chip is a small piece of material removed in the course of chopping, cutting or breaking something, especially a hard material such as wood, stone or metal. In a metal cutting operation, chips are separated from the workpiece to impart the required size and shape to the workpiece. The chips that are formed during the metal cutting operations can be classified into 3 types. First is discontinuous or segmental chips. Second, continuous chips, and third, continuous chips with built-up edge. Now the first type of the chip, it is a discontinuous chips or segmental chips. So you can see the diagram of discontinuous chips. So you can see the segments of the chips that is formed during the metal cutting operation. So for that it is called as discontinuous chips. So work, it is shown, the tool it is shown, and the type of chip it is shown in a diagram. So these chips are usually produce when cutting more than brittle materials like grey cast iron, bronze, etc. The material ahead of the tool edge fails in a brittle fracture manner along the shear zone. So chips are in the form of small segments. Due to that, friction between the tool and the chip reduces, resulting in better surface finish. These chips are convenient to collect, handle and dispose of. It is because it is not harmful. Discontinuous chips are also produced when cutting more ductile materials under following conditions. First is large chip thickness, low cutting speed, small rake angle of the tool and cutting with use of cutting fluids. So the following conditions favors the formation of discontinuous chips. While machining brittle material, you will get the discontinuous type of chips. When the tool rake angle, if it is small, depth of cut it is high, cutting speed it is low and use of the cutting fluid, and cutting ductile material at very low feeds with small rake angle of the tool. So these conditions favorable for formation of discontinuous chips. Second type, that is a continuous chips. So you can see in a diagram there is a work, there is a tool and there is a form of the chip. So these chips that are continuous, so it is called a continuous chip. So this type of chips are usually produced when cutting ductile materials. Due to large plastic deformation possible with ductile materials, longer continuous chips are produced. So this type of chip is the most desirable since it is a stable cutting resulting in generally good surface finish. On the other hand, these chips are difficult to handle and dispose of. So these chips coil in a helix and curl around the work and the tool and may injure the operator when break loose. So these difficulties are usually avoided by attaching chip breaker to the tool face. So chip breaker, it is a element that is used to break the continuous chips to avoid the injury to the operator. The following conditions also help in production of continuous chips: small chip thickness, high cutting speed and large rake angle. So the different conditions that are favorable for the continuous chips are: depth of cut, it is small, then the cutting speed, it is high, rake angle, it is large, and use of proper cutting fluid and low friction between the tool face and the chips, you will get the continuous chips. The continuous chips that will be formed. Then third type of chip, it is a continuous chips with built up edge. So BUE means it is a built up edge. So the diagram, in a diagram, the built up edge, it is shown. So the particles of built up edge on a machine surface, that is shown, and built up edge, that is formed on a tool, that is shown. So when machining ductile materials due to high temperature and pressure in the cutting zone and also high friction in the tool chip interface may cause the chip material get welded or stick to the cutting edge of the tool, forming the built up edge. So during cutting process, the interface temperature and the pressure are quite high, and between tool chip interface the friction is also high. So it causes the chip material to weld itself to the tool face near the nose. So this is called a built-up edge, that is shown in a figure. Such successive layers of chips are added on a cutting edge, and after some time it breaks up, causing roughness of the work. Roughness of the work. So formation of built-up edges in continuous chips is a transient and not steady phenomenon. The collected built-up of chip material will then break away, part adhering to the undesired of the chip and part to be workpiece. Thus, the process will result in a poor surface finish on the machine surface and accelerated wear on a tool face. So, low cutting speed also contributes to the formation of built-up edge. So, increasing the cutting speed, increasing the rake angle, and using the cutting fluid reduces or eliminates the built-up edge. So this type of chip having some advantage. The one important favor of it is that from the wears, the rake face of the tool is protected due to moving chip and the action of heat. So it may result in a increasing of the tool life. So the following conditions that is favorable for formation of built-up edge: if the cutting speed, if it is low, rake angle it is small, and coarse feed is there, and uncut thickness it is large, and insufficient cutting fluid, that will result the built-up edge. So this is regarding the mechanics of the chip formation and types of chips. Thank you.